passes here. I think you get 4 of them. Double check with Poundcake. For Carnival of Horrors down Canton Way. Good luck. Caller 10, 216-578-1007 or 800-348-1007.
The Alan Cox Show.
Sure, you could listen to another show, but then how would you find the puppies we've buried in boxes around the city? 100.7 WMMS.
I got a lot of F.U. Mary messages.
Perfect. Your boyfriend works hard. Give him a break. Oh.
Not because of that.
What did I do?
Because Mustard finally won his first
saw.
hot dog derby race. They were just priming Mustard for the postseason, getting ready for the postseason, and so they wanted to get one victory in the regular season.
Sorry.
And Mustard finally won very first hot dog derby after being, it got to be the laughing stock, quite frankly, between Mustard and Onion. No, on the ice cream thing, I'm surprised most people texting me are agreeing with
Brian?
your boyfriend.
Here's what I don't understand.
That surprises me. People are like, "That's gross. It's like swap and spit." I'm like, "But
You
that's
do
literally
swap
what
and spit.
that's literally what kissing and having sex is."
Right.
Yeah, I mean,
That's why I can't wrap my mind around it. He won't drink after people like me or his daughter. I'm like, yo, how is you drinking out of my cup any different than what we just did 10
maybe
minutes
he
ago?
wants to keep his immune system healthy.
Then keep his tongue out of my mouth.
Well, he can't go that far.
You know what I mean?
Well, he can put it somewhere else then. I don't know. I'm not telling you how to.
That's why I was like, you're being ridiculous. Just help me eat the ice cream.
Got a DM from the hot dogs. They said, Mary's been awfully quiet since Mustard's big win on Saturday. Awfully quiet.
Yeah.
And I replied, another benefit of your big win.
Boom,
roasted. Roasted.
You got me. Hey, listen, I said, congrats to you. It's about time. You're a major league condiment. It's embarrassing that it took you this long. And I stand by. My stance hasn't changed. You're not that good. It took you all season to get one win.
F.U. Mustard. is
F.U.
your
Mustard.
Rallying cry.
Congratulations? Question mark? Do you get congratulated on something you should have been doing the whole time anyway?
Congratulations! Exclamation point.
But he should have been doing this the whole time.
Well, what do you mean should have?
He's in the major leagues.
Yeah,
He is an
that's
MLB
true.
condiment.
That's true. But I'll
Come on.
Major league broadcaster.
my
Your.
Was that a sneeze?
yeah. My sorry, I didn't know where that came from. My opinion has not changed either, which is the whole season's been fixed. The whole thing, it's a sham.
Mm-hmm.
It's been fixed. The law of averages tells you only have 3 contestants. One of them doesn't win any, and then he goes out to the Lake County Crushers, wins the first time.
Yes.
Because once he got out of that fixed environment, and he was able to live up to his Heinz-given potential.
It'd be like if they put you in a broadcasting competition against a college station. You're going to win.
I would probably lose.
Well, hopefully
the
you'd
kids
win.
The kids aren't going to be into my style of radio. Yeah, I don't know. But anyway, Mustard won its very first hot dog derby. I think it was on Saturday. Guardians over the Royals yesterday, 7-5. They're going to play them 3 more times. Only 3 games remaining in the regular season. The next one is tonight at 6:10 right here on WMMS. And a lot of people have pointed out that I've neglected to give them October's word for CLE Clothing Company. It became October over the weekend, and so we haven't been back to tell you.
Is it Halloween themed or is it another completely off the wall one?
It is Halloween themed. Spooky. Mary Santora out of the gate. Boy, she doesn't know much about mustard, but she knows about CLE clothing code words. 20% off is what you get when you flash spooky at them. Well, don't flash it. Just tell them.
Right on your boobies.
Yeah. SPO on one, OKY on the other.
And the nipples are the O's.
Yeah, man! And the little smiley face underneath. However you want to do it, right? I'm sure the girls could figure out a different way to do it. But spooky is your word for the entire month of October. There are 31 days in October, of course, Halloween being the very last one. And just use the promo code. If you're online, just use spooky and you get 20% off the top. Hey, James.
Hello.
What's going on, James?
Not much. Hey, I got a little story about this hot dog race. I was at Camden Yards for my birthday in August, and they do a hot dog race there also. So I'm going to get up and get my phone out to take a video of this race. You know, maybe Mustard would have won there. They do it on a video screen. It's not even the mascots running. I felt like an idiot with my phone out ready to record this thing. Their whole fans are going nuts and everything, and it's just on the video screen.
Oh, it's animated.
Nothing like, yeah, not like how we have it here with actual mascots running across the field. I'm pointing my phone at the field, waiting for these guys to come running out of the tunnel. Nothing at all.
That's how unseriously they take the hot dog races in Baltimore. Is they just animate them, right?
Yep.
Well, I'm sorry for your loss, James. You're better off back here watching a Guardians game.
Yeah. We'll see what they do in the playoffs.
Right. Okay, thank you, James.
They're going to win!
Yeah, that's what didn't sound too short. Boy, speaking of mascots, I was reading about everybody's talking about how much the mascot for the Denver Nuggets makes. And so all of the other major league professional mascots are like, what the hell is going on in Denver? I don't know if there's a mascot union in professional sports or what, but the mascot for the Denver Nuggets, Rocky, he's a tiger named Rocky. He's the highest paid mascot in the NBA by a lot.
Wow.
If it's correct. He makes $625,000 annually. Now that that cannot be true because the average salary of an NBA mascot is about $60,000. So Rocky would have to make 10 times. So there's no mascot that's doing such amazing work. So I need to know more about this. That's either incorrect, somebody got a typo with an extra O or something, or this is a person who has some other thing with the organization. There's no way.
Even if he made $62,000 a year, it's a lot of money.
Well, that's the standard because they do a lot of appearances and
I guess,
things
yeah.
like
If
that.
he's
It's a pretty
saying
demanding
an extra
job.
zero, though. $63,000
Now, $63,000 is what they pay all of the dancers and everybody else
combined. Yeah.
Right, but I could see a professional mascot making $65,000 a year.
I could see maybe Gritty making that. Well, making the $625,000. Gritty deserves $625,000 a year.
Who does?
Gritty.
Gritty. Yeah, Gritty.
Mm-hmm.
So they're trying to figure out what all that is about because all the other mascots in, I would imagine, all of sports.
Yeah.
Imagine you're a minor league mascot. You're like
making $20 on a hot dog.
Yeah,
a
that's
game.
right. I get free concessions and RC Cola as much as I want. So people are talking about how, by the way, Terry the Goat, I don't know if she's on the upswing. I mean, she had a better week than she has been having. She didn't give me Monday Night Football, so all of her results are in for Game 4. She went 5-5.
That's a good week for her.
It's a better week than she's been having. She's been off to a real rough start. Terry, in the 3 previous seasons, has not had a losing season. Overall, she hasn't had a losing season. Terry the Goat, if you're new to the show, lives out in Carlton, Pennsylvania. She's out at Marcinek Farms, and Al has her pick the NFL games every week. And she gave me 10 picks this week, and she went 5-5. She did pick the Chargers over the Texans.
Bolt up.
Which was correct.
I'm playing the Browns this week. Big game.
She picked the Lions over the Seahawks, which Seahawks won, but that was a high-scoring game. It was 48-45 was the final. So the one she got correct, because she picked the Browns over the Falcons. She got
that was the Falcons one.
She got Kansas City over Tampa Bay, Chargers over Houston, Dallas over D.C., Bills over Baltimore, and the Bengals over the Dolphins with that whole Tua Tagovailoa concussion situation there. Whoever that guy is, right?
Tua Tagovailoa.
Gesundheit. Whoever that guy is,
Tua.
they fired
Tua.
like the
if you
team.
say Tua, people know who he is.
They fired the team doctor in the wake of all that, and there's a whole thing. But Terry maybe is on the upswing. She's at 5-5. Speaking of Tampa, by the way, I just found out that this place that I had sent all of my, this place that I had sent 13 high-value comics from my collection. I sold my comic collection from, it's a 40-year-old collection. I sold the bulk of it, but I removed probably about 50 high-value titles from it.
To get them rated and boarded or packaged and everything.
Yeah,
right?
get them graded.
Yeah.
And so I sent it off to this place. I just found out, and I haven't heard anything from this place. And these aren't comics I'm looking to lose in shipping or anything. So I hit them up because I sent them off like months ago, and I hadn't heard anything. So I emailed them and go through some random customer service thing, and the guy goes, well, I don't know. I don't have that tracked anywhere. And I said, well, here's my receipts, literally, because I said, here's the tracking. And he finally finds it, or at least finds it on screen, that it has come in, but they can't find it. So then I don't hear anything else. And so I'm following up with this guy. I go, look, this is going to be somewhere, and you need to find it for me. And he writes me back a couple of days ago, and I didn't realize this place was like right where the hurricane just hit.
So you're being...
With my luck. So he goes, well, we've been closed a bit because of the hurricane. I'm like, Jesus Christ. I said, okay, well, I understand. Just please keep me in the loop on this. I didn't even want to send these things off, but I want to sell them. And so I'm like, well, it'll be better if I get them graded.
Mm-hmm.
Now, they don't even know where they are. He goes, well, I see that we received them.
Pretty low grade that they're getting from you.
I keep getting these. You have one interaction. It's gotten to the point now where you have one interaction with any kind of person with a company, and you immediately receive an email or a voicemail or a text about giving them a survey. And I'm happy to do that if they've just done an amazing job, right? I'm not hanging on the line for the survey after I talk to the girl. Or if you get Taco Bell and the girl goes, hey, back of the receipt, if you could give us, that's a girl working in the window at Taco Bell. So I might take a second and do that, and I might get a free taco in the process. But this, let's wait till the problem has been solved, and then send me an email. After every interaction now, you get a link to a survey. Which I get. They want to track their data of how their people are doing. But solve the problem first, and then I'll give you a glowing review. I'm on the phone with this company's support for one thing or another, because we're all on our own now downtown here at this new situation, because everything is whatever. It's all software-based, right? So I'm on the phone with corporate support of some kind every single day. And every single day I get an email. As soon as I hang up the phone, I get an email. Hey, how'd it go with Frank? I'm like, delete. What? I got to talk. I shouldn't have to talk to you guys every single day. So if you can solve the problems I've got, because a lot of times these are interactions about the same problems. So these immediate survey responses are getting out of hand. Just wait until the whole interaction is done. And then, if it's a series of interactions, there's got to be a way that they can figure that out. Because I'm sure that's all automated too. And they go, hey, how was your call with Raheem? Fine, great, fine. Like if you're in an Uber and they go, there's a quid pro quo with Uber and rideshare services because you're rating and they're rating, whatever. So I don't even care about that. But it's no skin off my ass to give a guy 5 stars. He got me where I wanted to go. He didn't talk to me that much. It's fine. 5 stars. That's good for him. He's working hard. I don't know what this dude in Tampa's doing with my comic books.
Hopefully they didn't get wet.
Yeah, hopefully they didn't get wet.
He'll be like,
yes, that's right.
You know what? We finally found your comics and we're going over them, and they are just destroyed by water damage.
Yeah, we
So
found him in the Gulf.
we're going to give them a pretty low rating.
These are going to get a 2.8. They are not in mint condition anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the last thing. I've been holding on to these things for 40 years. I finally go to do something with them, and they're probably floating through this factory.
You know what? Alan's had it rough.
He has.
What a rough time you're going through.
I'm not even saying that. I'm just saying I would be really pissed off.
I would be too.
If I sent
really
those
annoying.
and he goes, oh, we're close to the hurricane, And then I was like, well, where are you? And then I look at because their address wasn't on there. I don't even think I realized it was Florida.
There's not a place in town that they can grade comic books?
No, there's like a company that grades comic books officially. So if you go to sell to somebody else, it's got that company's stamp of approval. This is what it's graded.
And that's the standard.
That's the standard. So I sent it to them. And they charge you like $30 a title based on, the grade or whatever.
Mhm.
And the era of comics it's from, whatever. It's way too boring for the audience to care about. But I'm like, just wait until our whole back and forth is done, and then I'll be happy to fill out a survey. I'll do it in great detail, whatever you send me. Because if it's bad news, you're not going to get a good grade. I'm asking you to grade something. You're asking me to grade something. Let's figure all this out.
But let's wait till you're done grading your
Something,
thing
whatever,
first. Yes.
something.
You do something first, and then I'll rate you.
We were out when the news broke that Coolio died.
Yeah.
Collapsed at a friend's house. They said he died from cardiac arrest. He's 59 years old. So the last time we're going to
I
hear...
guess God needed a no-limit soldier. I don't know what Coolio does.
He's in a gangster's paradise.
Yeah.
Well, everybody knows that, but No Limit Soldier sounded right. I mean,
I think it was pretty close to that era, right?
Coolio was a severe asthmatic, and his friends think that probably had something to do with it. So posthumously, if you watch Futurama, he'll be on the new season of Futurama. He recorded some lines and some bars before he died. And I don't know if they're bringing back Kwanzaa or what they're doing with Coolio, but he had a couple of kids with a woman who was not his wife, but she said they had an open relationship. She said she was his longtime partner, and she said, I knew that he saw other women, but we always had an understanding. She said that he didn't want a funeral, and he will be cremated. Mimi Ivy is his girl. They've been together for 10 years.
Wow, you don't want a funeral? How do you feel about that?
I wouldn't want a funeral.
Why?
Why? What's the point?
What do you mean, what's the point?
People who want to memorialize you can do it
I
a
was gonna say,
certain way.
Funerals are not for the dead; they're for the living. So,
Well, it's a nice thing to say, but it's my body, and
but
Right.
it's
I mean, like,
His choice.
but your body is gone. Like,
I value people's Saturdays too much. If
They
I
do
do
it
a
on a
funeral,
Tuesday.
well, that's what I'm saying. If I do a funeral, it's going to be via
Thursday.
Zoom or phone call or whatever you want. You don't have to come. I just want you to get the day off work.
no, you're right. I mean, you are dead, so who cares? I mean, I get that part. If my family wanted to give me a funeral, you're right. I wouldn't care. But anyway, he'd been with this girl a long time. And by the way, it's super easy to be with somebody a long time when you get to do whatever you want.
I mean, I'm in
That's-
a relationship.
Honestly, write that into the vows from now on. We'll be
Do whatever
together,
you want.
but just do whatever you want. And then divorce rates go down.
Well,
people are
right,
happier.
but
It's gonna
people,
be great.
but people can also rightfully make the comment, well, then what's the point of any of this?
Because they still were together. In
Well, how
some
together
way.
are you if you're like, honey, I'll be back later on tonight. I'm going to bang this chick and I'll be back. And, you know.
Right, but don't watch Dahmer without me because that
Oh,
is
that's
the
what it is.
serious cheating.
Yeah, but you don't need to be married to do that at all. And maybe they weren't. He was 59. She's 41. She's cute. White girl. They had a couple of kids. She had a nice rack. And
Important things.
she said that, because they were always trying to, they were always like, and maybe she's covering for him. I don't know. Maybe she's trying to save herself some heartache. But there were always rumors, Coolio's stepping out. And she's saying, oh, I know about all that. Like, it's not,
It's very progressive.
But he's got a couple of kids with this lady, but he also has a lot of other kids. They lived in Vegas. He was at a friend's place in downtown L.A., and he collapsed.
He's ethically non-monogamous.
There you go. So Coolio, gone at 59, but he will show up again on Futurama if you watch that show. Artis
The new
Leon
seasons.
was his real name. And he had a cooking thing. I mean, Coolio had kind of a nice second act because everyone knew Gangster's Paradise, but like he didn't even sing the best part of that song. LV, the guy who sings the chorus, is like the star of
The
that
star
song.
of that song for sure.
So Coolio, he did his own stuff, but then he had, I don't know if he's on Celebrity Rehab or Celebrity Apprentice, something like that, but he kind of made the rounds. He had a cooking show people liked, but a lot of kids. He was married for 4 or 5 years in the mid-'90s. But he definitely didn't look good. All those pictures you see of Coolio are kind of old pictures where he still kind of looks like a G. But like last pictures of him, he didn't look good. So who knows? I got a break. If you want to text 35192 to get me there, AlanCoxShow.com. You can watch live. And you can listen anywhere on the iHeartRadio app.
The Alan Cox Show on 100.7
WMMS. Rover's Morning Glory.